Hey guys, guess what? This is going to be a new game, and this is, I reckon, one of the underrated horror games. And without further ado, let's get into it. I don't know, to be honest though, because this game, I'm not good at this game. So I'm gonna try to explain some things as I go. However, yeah, just be aware that I don't know if I'm actually ever going to finish this game. Especially, I don't think I'll ever do the hard modes. I tried them a couple of times. No good. So that's the setting of the story. So as you can see, the stamina bar is at the bottom of the screen. This main character can't really run for very long. I think this is a dead end. Okay. And the time it takes for his stamina to come back is... Oh. Sorry, I remapped control to another button. So it throws me off every time. So basically we're creeping through someone's backyard. If you stand up at this point, the dude, the house owner basically opens the door and you get like a game over, which is quite fun. This is just, I think, a document you can collect. Alright, so as you can see, top left is our items. And the lighter, which is going to be your best buddy for a while. Ooh. Okay, nothing to see here. I feel like this game is also very good at setting an atmosphere. Can't open that door. Nope, okay. I think the moral of the story is don't follow the cat. Also, see these missing posters. Oh. Well, I guess we're stuck with those ticks now. These firecrackers are also gonna be very good friends of yours in the game, because they can be used to lure the enemies away. So this is just a tutorial stage to teach you how to use the items. So you need to, because this is the PC version, you got a mouse scroll, which I really hate. And the firecracker takes a little while to work. So pick up the key, and then use it to unlock the door. And then punch the stage. And in this stage there is one collector's item that you can get, and it's just over here. One good thing about this game is if you collect something, it's going to acknowledge that you got it, even if you died in that stage, which I'm so thankful for. So this doll is supposed to be here. I've already picked it up, so that's why it's like, it only shows you like the shadow. But yeah, as I said before, this game, the reason I'm not gonna be able to do a guide for it is because parts of it is randomly generated every time you start playing. So the map of this game is that in most of the stages, the map is made up of 5 big areas. Now those 5 big areas, nothing changes with those, other than maybe item distribution. There's the kitty. But each time you start a new game, those 5 big areas randomly align themselves. So in a way, it's kind of like scrambling the map, which is why it can screw you over. Come back, kitty. But you know how the previous game, Dread Out 2, has made me, well, not really rage quit, but I felt like rage quitting. Well, this game made me fear quit, as in I quit out of the game because I couldn't take it anymore. And yeah, but after a while you kind of get used to it. But I was hearing those the enemies' sound effects, the bells, literally in my sleep, and I was like, this is trauma. This is real trauma. And we have been warped to a different dimension. The graphics is not bad. I feel like it's a simple premise with you know, decent gameplay. Oh, that cat is having a fit over there. That was just a peek at the backstory of this game. Also, obviously, if you're walking water, it slows you down. be honest, I don't think I'm gonna be talking too much because most of this game relies on you listening. So on this I'm gonna be explaining some parts of the game or mechanics. I think I'm just gonna stay quiet and try not to fear quit. So in this game, mirrors sometimes teleport you to places, well mostly. Honestly, if this happened, like literally the door opened by itself, I would have just effed right off. Be like, oh, I'm just gonna stay in this room forever. You can light candles in this game, and here is what you're gonna be doing for like 90% of the game. Opening drawers and finding hopefully items, hopefully keys you're gonna be opening doors with. I want to explain about these candles. So in the first few levels, these candles, you can light them, which is great indication of where you've been in these big mazes. However, I stick to the rule of only lighting candles in the hallways because I believe that if you go into one of the rooms and you light the candles, it makes it easier for the enemies to detect where you are. They can either see you or they're more likely to open the door to the room that has lit candles. Although that's my theory. Could be wrong, but I just stick to that rule. Oh, it doesn't matter which key you pick, the first one's gonna go down. And then you're gonna use the remaining key to open up the door. And honestly, the first time I saw that, I had a heart attack. I was like, oh my god, what is that? But it's the cat. I don't know why, but the lights over here is different. Oh, this light. So, we're pretty much going to encounter our first sort of enemy. Right here. Checkpoint. Throw at to gain more time, and then hold as. And as you can see, the hallway has already changed. Oh, this way. Was it always this long and winding? Oh great. Cat will save our ass. out of here. So the candles, when it's right, it will flicker when there's enemies near, but at the same time, if the enemy's right next to them, the candles will actually go off. I mean, that's the other good thing about candles. Yeah, we'll go to the next stage. This is essentially the most famous level in this game. I'm gonna set that as my quick item. But the goal of each of these stages, you can see the top right, there's a 0/5. It basically each one of these stages means that you need to look for 5 of these Magatama stones, and then you need to find the place where to, like, what do you call it? It's a shrine where you place it so it opens up the door for you to escape. And that shrine door, because it's a constantly rearranging map, that shrine also moves around. And this is why there's an item in this game called the compass that will always point you in the direction of the shrine. Can you hear him? Stampede guy. I hate that sound so much. Well, these bugs, they will react with your not crouching. And then they will get up and sting you. Make you lose health. There's a crying woman around here. Right there. So these Magatamas are usually located in locked rooms or near crying woman. So oh, there's a compass. This is to recover health, and there's another doll here. So one way of dealing with those crying women is to throw firecrackers. Once a firecracker has been thrown, she can't hear your footsteps, and she will also move. See? He's gonna go towards where the firecracker is, and he's gonna stay there. The bad thing about this is that the firecracker can also lure other enemies, which is why this box is usually here, or somewhere near, so that you can hide in the box. you go, we got one. So these stones are good for lighting up the darkness. Because when you use either the torch or the lighter, the enemies will also be able to see you much easier. But if you use the stones, they won't be able to sense you using them. I could have used them to open up that door. That's the other thing about the enemies in this game. I don't want to light that candle. When you find locked doors with lattice windows and you don't have a key, if you happen to hear a enemy nearby, you can throw one of these firecrackers in there and the enemy will be able to break the door for you. Also, these papers are around if you want to gather them for documents. They're collectibles. The other thing is that parts of the map will collapse on you once you walk over the spot. And these spots are very specific, and there's one, like, I think right in the corridors outside. Oh shit. And if you're super skillful, you can trap monsters in the debris. And I've seen that done before. But you need to lure the monsters to that specific spot. And let's face it, I don't got the skills. There's another door. Yeah, I think it's at this spot. The ceilings will collapse. The thing I don't like about the flashlight is that it makes items in the drawers hard to see. I'm fucking not here. I'm not here. here. There she is. So see, she heard me. Because she went to a spot when I was running. And then she turned around. She went over to the right. Oh my god, she's coming back. Might have to use a mirror. Oh my god. Oh my god, don't notice me. There's 2 of them. Nothing here. Sometimes when there's 2 doors in a room, you should never stay in those rooms very long because these enemies likes to go through the door. There should be another Megatama in here. So that is my hint. Like, never stay in rooms that has multiple doors. And that includes the rooms with sliding doors. Just don't stay there. See, this is what I mean. So normally if there was a monster chasing me and they were right behind me, you can trap them in here and they can't move from that spot. But just so you know, that noise that's just made, it will also attract monsters. Oh shit. I'm in a room with multiple doors. Yeah, see? They like to come and friggin' investigate. Like, who made that noise? What's going on? And, they will come through. No, they're coming. Oh, that bit they went past, I think. Oh. This is what this game is about. Friggin' staying quiet. So see, you know how there's 2 doors? Well, 4 doors actually. So there's actually a very big chance of enemies like coming through here because they want to traverse to the other side. Oh my god. I usually stay the hell away from the center. Or behind. I try to stay behind doors. Because there's always the chance of them opening the doors. I don't know what really causes that to happen, but they've opened doors on me before. So I know. Can you just go away, please? Oh, see? No, that was me. I was gonna say, they open doors. Oh, this is one of the few items that allows you to confront the enemies. Oh, this is also a hiding spot. If you can't find a room to hide in. Oh, now I don't want to run. Oh god, no, please. I hate these big rooms where they can see you. Oh. You can also pick up the stuff if you don't feel like finding them. There should be a Megaton in here. Oh, there's like a piece of the... Yeah, the Stampede guy go through doors, so there's a piece of the debris. Don't mind that. Oh. Basically, you're standing behind the door like a creep. It's hitting away. So this is what I mean. This game mainly relies on your hearing. Oh, there's two of them. So I think right about now we should head towards the... We need to head towards towards the shrine or the stage. Basically the bloody table where you need to put down the 5 stones. Oh, goddamn, that's right, it's blocked. Because this usually takes a little while, and the probability of you able to picking up another stone along the way is quite high. Yes, I am a stingy little... So if you're in a room, like basically these doors apparently suck. They don't really hide you very well. So if you're gonna have to hide in one of these rooms with these sucky doors, you need to pick one with furniture so that you can crouch down here. So then that makes it just about 0% chance that they can find you, because even if they come in a bit to check out the room, they might not be able to see you behind here. Speaking from experience, don't ask. It was horrific. Oh, another locked door. See what I mean? Oh yes, got this. So this items, if you smash it, it basically stops time for about 20 seconds for you to do a getaway. What? Alright. See, I couldn't... I turned up the game's brightness too much, I couldn't see the item. And now, because you have all 5 stones, you have to deal with that weird ass breathing in the background, which sucks because you can't hear very well. Oh my god. The thing, that was not a Kagura bell. If that was a Kagura bell, I could probably lead it over here and then I could throw a firecracker through the lattice and then it'll break down the door for me because I don't have any more keys at the moment. No keys. First world problems. Should I use the mirror? Because the mirror actually is a helpful item. It teleports you to a random place on this map. In the stage. What the? No keys. Oh shit. Oh, double shit. She is right there. I still don't like her. Yep. It's flickering over there. Oh, here you go. Bye! I had to use a mirror because that guy is freaking... bane of my existence. Not as much as a singing dude who can see you through floors, though. But I was also kind of hoping that it'll bring us closer to the place where we need to put the stones. So in these kind of rooms, I light it up because there's a box to hide in. So I don't care if they come through the friggin' door. As you can see, there's another Magatama right there. Don't have a key for it and you can't get any more. Where is it? Oh my god, nope. No. Is it crying lady? Why is it over there now? That's the other thing. Monsters tend to like to hang around key areas. So don't be too surprised. Turn off the thing. See, they are everywhere. And they really like to hang around the end of this and the exit to the stages. She's in front of me. I don't like it. She's in the direction of where I need to go. And I feel like we good? Is that the end of the stage I see? There's another stone over there. But basically this is where... There it is. This is the end of the stage where we need to put the 5 Magatamas for that door to open and for us to get the hell out of here. There you go. So on easy mode, you only need to collect 3 Magatamas, and I think you also get more items? You know, getting to know the monsters. So this is essentially the most, what do you call it? The most famous? Basically the representation of all the monsters of this game. So Apparition of the Kagura Bells. So this lady is the first monster you encounter. First enemy you encounter. And their sensitive to your running footsteps. So when you hear their bell and then you run, they hear you and they will come towards where they heard you're running. This guy, stampeding aversion. So this dude is basically super fast. Yeah, nothing else. He just runs and runs, and when you hear his footsteps, it's time for you to run as well. And because this guy's always running, he doesn't hear your footsteps, so that's the one good thing. This one, she's the crying woman. You get the two variations. Normally in the earlier levels, she just sort of sits down in one spot and cries, and if you get too near her, or if you basically use a flashlight and shine it on her, she will know where you are and she will run at you. And then later on in the levels, there's a version of her that wanders around, and that is super annoying sometimes. But basically they essentially the same thing. If you're near her, it's better to creep. Here are some more monsters. This is a monster that you, I think, encounter later in one of the later levels. And basically, this guy is super quiet. There's no, like, it does not give out any external noise when it's walking around. But your flashlight and your heartbeat will alert you to their presence. This dude is a pain in the ass because he has two forms. He has a puddle form, and also this guy, but you don't have to worry about this guy until one of the later levels. But he is annoying because he has two forms. He has a puddle form, which is basically a puddle on the floor, and it travels at extremely high speeds. But once it finds something of interest, aka you're like in its way and it's like, whoa, found you, it'll take, I think, about 4 seconds to form into this thing. And then once it gains this actual form, if you're still within view of it, it's gonna start shaking that bell like crazy and alert all the other guys in the area of where the hell you are. And also this guy is capable of killing you if you make contact with it, but this guy is quite slow. But anyways, this is a rough one. And here is the roughest one of them all. So in this game there are boxes or lockers, if you set the mode, to hide in. But this guy is like, oh, I don't care. I don't care that you're in hiding. And also this guy, if you hear his singing, he knows where you are. So it doesn't matter that you haven't made any noise or whatever. As soon as you hear the singing, he knows where you are and he will make his way towards you. And doesn't matter if you're in a box or a locker, it will kill you. So, and it doesn't, the stage that you usually encounter this guy in is, there's 2 floors. So the sensor, he can sense you through the floor basically. Once you hear the singing, he could be on another floor, but he knows where you are and he will make his way over to you. So this guy is the biggest pain in the ass.